Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Mafex The Invincible Iron Man Stealth version, comic version action figure. I know I don't have to read the whole thing, but it's funny when I do. I think maybe you don't, that's okay. I've been requested to review this by a few different people, and I like Iron Man, and I never got a chance to review the yellow and red one, and Big Bad Toy Store still had this guy in stock, so I figured, what the heck? Let's do it. So we're going to review the Stealth. I happen to like metallic blue, so I'm a little bit partial here. But I probably should have just got the red and yellow one back when he came out. I don't know why I didn't. If they do a reissue, I'll get him in, I'll review that. But I never did, so I figured I might as well do this since you guys were asking for it. So let's go ahead and get him off the stand and take a closer look. Alright, before we look at the figure, let's take a quick look at my package. I like this package a whole bunch. I love that they do the big front and center window. Just a little bit of photography on the front. You don't need it because you get the figure right there. I like that artwork that makes the figure look less good. Usually, in this case, it doesn't really make a difference. A photo there, which is alright. And then I like the backs of their boxes a bunch. They look really nice. This side is okay if you want to display it like that. And then the top is pretty uninteresting. But yeah, good packaging for sure. Now this guy, he is in stock at Big Bad Toy Store. I'll put a link in the description below if you want to get one. He is expensive, like a normal Mafex figure is. And they typically aren't really worth as much as they cost, but they're still pretty good figures. 16.5 centimeters. That's going to make him roughly, I'll say 6.5 inches, just a touch over that, like an extra 16th maybe. And there you go. So you could kind of fit him in with Marvel Legends, but he's a little bit short, considering this is average height for Marvel Legends. But yeah, as far as the whole Mafex price point thing goes, yeah, they're expensive, but they are good figures typically, so when they do a good job, I think most people are probably okay with it if they're collecting the line. When they don't do a good job, well, it's easy to say, hey, that's way overpriced. So let's see how this one turns out. Let's get into a question of the day. Are you guys into the whole stealth thing for Iron Man, or is it just too much of a player 2 type of thing where people don't care that much? I'm guessing since he's still in stock, people just don't care all that much. But let me know. I like the color scheme a whole lot, but I just don't tend to buy variants like this because I can't buy everything. But I did anyway. Here we go, because I didn't review the original one like a doofus. So, does it look good? Yes, the metallic blue is very nice. I love painted metallics. They look so much better than not painted metallics, than the swirly plastics. This looks way, way, way nicer. There's not really any shading or anything going on here. It's just the two blue colors. You get the gem in the chest there, which looks pretty nice. Doesn't light up or anything though, so it's a little bit darker than it probably should be. I think maybe painted is the way to go. And then same thing, well, not same thing for the face. The face is painted. The red parts are painted, but the mouth is painted onto the face. The red back there is a separate piece. We'll talk about that later. It's clean because the face is a separate piece from the helmet. But yeah, I think the reds are maybe just a touch dark. It's not like, I mean, it should be. Let's see if we can just do this. That'll be better. You'll be able to see better. But yeah, the reds are still a touch dark on this guy, I think. I get that they're supposed to be, but you need to be able to see them, and I think a little bit of brightness would help a lot. But as far as proportioning goes, it's not bad. He does have a little bit of a situation up here at the shoulders where the arms don't fit cleanly into the socket. Like there's a whole lot of extra space up there, and it makes this brown part look way too big. Even from the front, I think it looks a little bit weird. He almost has that weird barrel chest type of thing that Punisher seems to, it looks like he's gonna have. This one's nowhere near as bad, but it looks pretty good overall. He's maybe a little gangly in the arms, maybe. Yeah, they look like they're a little bit long, and he's slender as usual. Now it works for this Iron Man suit because he's typically drawn fairly slender here, but I think Mafex leans into the slender thing just a little bit too much. It still looks good, but it's not like it's wowing me. It looks nice. I'm happy to own this. It looks cool, but it's not like I'm thrilled with it or wowed by it or anything. So I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 for the aesthetic. It looks pretty good. I think the best thing about it is the face. The head looks really nice. But the more I look at it, the more the mouth is a different color than the eyes, and that bothers me. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to tell. I think you are. That bothers me. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with 7 out of 10. It's just not. It's not special enough for as much as Mafex tries to charge. So there's that. Okay, as far as accessories go, they did do one cool thing. You have an interchangeable faceplate, which is nice, but they also have the interchangeable eyes. So you can either have the red eyes behind the faceplate or the human eyes, and that's a really cool touch. For hands, you get a good spread of hands, probably everything you're going to need. You do get repulsor blast hands with the pegs for the effect parts and painted repulsors on there, separate hands, so that's a good thing. Then you do get the effect parts. So you get the hand ones and the feet ones. That's pretty cool. They're kind of milky looking, which I think was intentional. And it looks kind of good. I like it. And then lastly, you get the Mafex display stand, of course. Good spread of accessories, but nothing crazy. So for this price point, I'll go 8 out of 10 because the extra faceplate thing is pretty cool. But it's nothing remarkable, as is the rest of the figure, as is the case for the rest of the figure. But let's see, maybe he poses really, really well. Let's see. Ball pegs, of course, for the head and neck, and it does work nicely. Whoops. Well, that fell too far, so we're going to just use a different faceplate. Convenient. So if you go all the way down, it can pop the faceplate off because he has that little collar piece on there. It does move well. I think they should have tinkered with it a little bit. He doesn't have enough range in the neck, and I get it because it's Iron Man, but maybe they could have done something like sunk this down just a little bit or opened it up or angled it just to give him a little bit more head range. Yeah, he's a little bit more limited than you might like. For the shoulders, you get a traditional butterfly joint, which does bring the arm out. It's certainly not the best looking thing, but it is functional enough to get those arms in front of him if you want to do that. It's not bad. It's not great. It's still way oversized. I think they could have lost like 3 or 4 millimeters in diameter there and it would have helped. But it still works. And then the shoulders are functional enough, but not great. They don't go all the way up. So that's a thing. Full rotation, of course. Bicep swivel is fine. Double jointed elbow. Because of the gauntlets, you get just a touch better than 90. Let me see. Yeah, there's no way for me to do it. Yeah, you just get a touch better than 90. The wrists are ball hinges, so that's fine. Diaphragm joint on this guy, he does go forward and back pretty well, but he's marring his own abdomen here, so that's not good. I barely even moved it, and as soon as this top part touches this bottom part, whatever paint they're using is not holding up to the articulation. So it has decent range. Oh, I didn't do that on purpose. He pops off pretty easily. That's interesting. He leans back just a little bit, so he leans forward better. I'm wondering if those are going to stay or go. It feels like they're actually in the paint. They're scuffs in the paint, not just dents. So that kind of sucks, man. I don't like that at all. Side to side is good. Rotation is very limited. In the lower torso, you get more rotation, so that's good. And it does lean back and forward nicely. So yeah, his joints work, but they mess up. Oh, look at that. It just chewed up the paint again. I don't know if you guys are seeing this, but this top piece, anytime it touches the bottom, it's just chewing that paint. That sucks. Big time. Moving on, these things look like they're a little bit oversized. They are just floppy, which is fine, I guess, but they look big to me. They look really big. For the hips, they're standard drop downs. Going out to the side, that's not really affected by that. Can't do the splits, doesn't need to, but he can't do it, so that's limited range. And then going forward, that's as far as you're going to get comfortably without using the drop down. Using the drop down, you get better. And then the crotch is a little bit flexible, but not that much. Still plenty of range, but you have to use the drop down to get that range, so be aware of that. Bring the legs back, you do get a little bit, but not much. Thigh swivel is in there, it's okay. Double jointed knee, not particularly good, and the proportioning is still off. This is one of their older figures, to be fair, but I'm not super thrilled with it so far. There is no boot articulation just down here in the ankle. Decent range going back, decent range going forward. Ankle rocker is really good, so that's nice. And then the toe hinge is too far back. It looks okay, but it is way too far back on the foot. It's fine otherwise. Yeah, he's just a really, really mediocre release with kind of a cool paint job and a decent head sculpt. So his articulation's gonna get a 6 out of 10. It's not very good, and it messes up the body. It's not super obvious, but I don't like that. Don't like that at all. Yeah, it's I'm not super happy with this release. So, time for the final verdict on this guy. Yes, he's expensive like a Mafex figure. Even if you get him for cheap, he's not particularly good. The torso messing itself up is really a problem. Otherwise, he's good enough. Like, if you're collecting Mafex, you could throw him in your collection, no problem. It's not a bad release, but it's certainly not an impressive one. Other than the paint job is decent, the head sculpt is decent, and that's kind of it. This is really a non-starter for me. I don't like that at all, that it's chewing itself up when you try to pose it even just a little bit. I'm going to give it an overall rating of 6 out of 10. there's plenty to enjoy about this figure, but plenty to be upset about too. So that's where I'll leave it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and we'll go from there. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos just about every single day, and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.